SIP's heavy duty lathe is a very weighty, solid machine and absolutely ideal for all aspects of general wood turning. Whether you're turning small items from pens right through to large pedestals, the actual SIP lathe will handle all that with ease. With a 1 horsepower motor, very powerful, and a variable speed drive, taking it from 500 to 2200 RPM. It comes with standard with 2 tool rests, both the long and short, as well as the 4-prong drive centre, a faceplate and the revolving centre to go in the tailstock. Both the headstock and tailstock are hollow, enabling the insertion of tool to remove the number 1 Morse taper drive centre from the headstock, as well as the number 2 Morse taper revolving centre from the tailstock. The tailstock being hollow can also be used with long hole boring kits that can be obtained separately. The lathe itself operates on a variable drive system. When we switch it on, the speed is nicely displayed on the digital display at the top, and changing speed is very simple, just by moving the lever from one step to another. It is always worth noting that you should stop the lathe when leaving it on its lowest setting. Taking the steps one to the other, allowing it to regulate the speed before making the next movement, will preserve the life of the lathe, rather than trying to move from slow to fast in one action. The no volt release switch is ideal, on off, easy to get to. In the event of a power cut though, the lathe will not restart when the power is restored. The headstock will swivel, enabling larger bowls and items to be turned in front of the bed of the lathe. But with 1100mm of capacity between centres and 350mm over the bed, you have got significant capacity without the need to turn it. The tool rest works on a cam lock action with Bristol locking handles as well to secure the rest, making it easy to slide along the bed and lock. Whilst the lathe will turn 300mm over the bed, it is also possible for the headstock to be slid along the bed of the lathe to its central position, and by turning that into the outboard position, you're now able to turn up to 16 inches, and with that being centred in the lathe will prevent any unnecessary vibration that may occur. The spindle is a standard 3/4 by 16 TPI or teeth per inch, which will accept all standard chuck sizes. The tailstock comprises of a revolving centre which is supplied with the lathe, and being hollow, a number 2 Morse taper that can be drifted out with the tool that's supplied, leaving the tailstock hollow for the ability to use it with long hole boring equipment that can be obtained separately. The tailstock also winds in and out very easily prior to locking with the Bristol locking handle, and is again mounted on a cam action lever securing it on the bed. looking to do, we've been doing spindle work. When we look to do faceplate work, we need to remove the drive centre simply by tapping it out. And if we're going to be putting something onto the end here, such as a bowl or a piece of wood to turn a bowl from, we actually need to use something such as a faceplate. Now this is the faceplate which actually comes with the lathe, which screws onto the 3/4 by 16 TPI thread. Alternatively, you can get a combination chuck, such as the one that SIP supply, as an optional extra, which enables you to hold the wood in different manners, and again comes with the adapter to take it onto the lathe on the 3/4 16 TPI prior to the mounting of the chuck. The chuck works by the jaws expand and contract to grip either an opening or a spigot on a piece of wood to give you a feature on your turnery. So we'll look to start turning a bowl. I've mounted the chuck already on a 30mm aperture or hole that I've drilled into this, and opened the spigot jaws in to actually lock it in place. We can now screw that onto the lathe in readiness to turn. And as you can see, I've just marked briefly a pencil mark in here, ready for where we'll form the spigot to then mount it onto the jaws as well. We can bring the tool rest in and position it so that we've got cut all the way across. Okay, so we've got that mounted on the lathe. The tool rest is in position. First of all, we're going to, just using the parting tool, form the spigot. Now as we formed that spigot, we can take the jaws, mount that over, and we can actually do it as a compression fit. Mount that on. That's now ready to reverse round and put that onto our lathe. So we can now undo this. Now I have the benefit of two of the chucks. We can revolve it round, put it back on the lathe. As you can see, it's perfectly centred. And all we need to do now is remove the other chuck. So you can now see this one was actually securing on an aperture pre-drilled on the pillar drill. So you can see now we've got the aperture where the chuck was mounted. This will be the inside of the bowl. So all we need to do now is take out the core of the bowl. So you've just seen the bowl being turned there. The lathe is an extremely versatile piece of equipment, from table legs, bowls, small table legs, chair legs, decorative turnings, just for the fun of it even, platters with feet, bottle stoppers, small bowls. You're really limited down to what your imagination. Pens, all possible on the SIP lathe. Now you've seen me using the combination chuck from SIP. It's a very versatile little chuck. It comes in a blow moulded case, and not only has it got the external gripping jaws I've been using here, but internal jaws, spigot jaws and smaller jaws, as well as a screw chuck facility. So all in all, it's a very versatile chucking system, perfect to use in conjunction with the SIP lathe.